Hello and welcome to a review of an S.H.Figuarts bootleg. Yes, this is a knockoff Iron Man Mark 43. It's not the real one, and I'm going to go through bit by bit on telling you how to avoid these as well as knowing that it's a fake. Now first of all, the normal price for this is less than half the original price of the S.H.Figuarts. This thing is charging 148 Hong Kong dollars in the shops. And the actual Figuarts, for this mark at least, is about 350 and going up. So that's first of all, if the price is far too cheap to be good, to be true, then it's probably, you're probably right. It is not true. It's far too cheap. Now we can go through the box. And first of all, there are no stickers or Bandai or Disney logos or Marvel logo anywhere on this box. You have the S.H.Figuarts logo, but all the other logos and stickers are completely removed. But apart from that, the rest of the print seems pretty good. The resolution is slightly lower than the original box. And another big tell is the plastic. You can see right here, the plastic, it doesn't quite fold. It doesn't fold sharply. It's a bit of a bumpy thing. So it's not been folded correctly. It's not been pushed down and folded, which happens with a lot of these. So that's another way to tell if the box looks a bit bloated because the plastic edges aren't folded properly. That's why. Mine here, the plastic is also not glued right in the exact center. The Avengers logo is off center. There's a little bit of a gap there between the cardboard and the plastic because it's, well, off center. The tape used on this is very similar to the official one, so I can't really comment on that. The box is also a little bit thinner than the official ones as well. It feels weaker. Now I've already opened this before, and sometimes the instruction sheet is in front of the backing card, which is never the case with the official one. The instruction sheet is always behind the backing card, so that's another way to tell as well. And another thing is, try to look in the box. This tray right here, on all four corners there's plastic tape sticking it down. Official S.H.Figuarts does not have any tape inside the box because the trays are usually tight enough to pop in and hold the figure in place. The instruction sheet here is of course a scan of the official one, although I'm pretty sure the images of the parts and pieces are drawn images and not just photographs of them. So, and the paper is obviously thicker than the original instructions, so that's another tell as well. But by the time you've already opened the box, you already know it's going to be different because the quality here you'll see in a moment is quite different from the original figure. So I've already removed some of the tape. So, and there's also a plastic sheet here, which did not happen with my sort of a black armor Iron Man Figuarts. So that's another tell as well. So, once you remove the sticky tape on the tray, you'll know why they put tape there, because their molding hasn't been good enough that this tray doesn't quite pop back in. It's also a lot softer than the official one, a lot thinner, and it's quite easy for it to pop open. So, but everything is copied here. That's one thing about this bootleg, is that if there is a piece in the official one, it is copied here. Apart from the fist hands already on the body. Oh, this tray's stuck. Whoa. You've got spray open hands, relax hands, and also posing hands when to do his, iron beam stuff that he does. And he also does have the leg effects parts, two really small ones and two medium sized ones. And yeah, this one's completely warped. The plastic on these are quite soft, and they are very sharp. Like, it's soft plastic, but the cutout is very sharp and it does kind of hurt and feel a bit stabby. So that's something. As for the figure itself, I just want to say right now, like, it really depends on your luck or not. Let's go for the articulation. Like I said, every single piece that's on the original should be copied on here. So you do have the double neck joint way looser than the other one. But you can see, he can still, pretty much stand. Well, I think. There you go, he still stands. He still has metal feet, which is actually surprising and nice. So, yeah, double neck joint, down, up, sideways, sideways, full rotation. The shoulder pads do go up and down, sort of click on the actual shoulder, up, down, up, full rotation. Oh. And that's a problem. But if the mold is the exact same mold as the official one, then maybe the official one has this problem as well. See if I can do that again. Okay. So in order to rotate his arms, the shoulder pad has to come down just a little bit, or else it'll pop out of place. Double elbow joint, and this on a little ball peg that can swivel. And well, I say it can. I can't quite get it in the right spot. Oh no, it's just on the ball joint. Doesn't go up and down at all. Oops, sorry. Ball joint only. Ball joint there, so it's got a lot of movement there. Yeah, this figure is definitely missing a joint for the shoulder pads to move backwards and forwards. Also, the elbow pads have a tendency of just dropping off because they're not tight enough. So you need a bit of super glue to remedy that. And also, I'm pretty sure there's one less joint on the right there, because they just glued them two pieces together instead of putting a joint there. So, and you know, it's steady enough, I guess. Leg goes down, leg goes up, leg goes down, leg goes up. Ball joint rotation here. Double knee joint, and leg goes up, down, sideways, sideways. This is quite loose. You can see right there. Look, see, it flops down. And it does have toe joint. So let's try some of the effects if they plug in alright. This one, well, I guess that's a no. Let's plug in the other foot. Nope, let's try another piece. Will this piece plug in? Oh no, it just pulled out. No, yeah, they hardly plug in. As for the hands, I already tried it. One piece, the two short pieces slot onto the effects beam hand okay. The long pieces, one of them does, the other one does not, because the other one has a bit of extra plastic in the hole which stops it from actually plugging in, and attempts at trying to push it into the hand has resulted in paint being removed from the actual hand, so that's kind of useless. As for the main body, let's go through it here. Paint job wise, the overall paint color is the same as the actual suit. However, it's a huge mark there, like someone's fingerprint, and the paint job varies. There were two of these in the shop that I picked up that I could have chosen to pick up. This one has a bit of a paint spill in the chest center. The other one, half of the chest piece is covered in red paint. He does have a bit of spill on the eyes and a bit of red on his mask, but overall I think I picked the one with a slight better, you know, decent enough paint. The joints here, you see some of these joints are far too loose, and some of these joints here seem okay at first, but it's like the figure's already been pre-loosened, and eventually it'll get far too loose, and that's not good. That's what rotating the hand. I really wish there was an easier way to do this, but that's really annoying. This piece pops off again, so that's frustrating. And obviously the molding overall isn't as nice as the official one. It's feels a bit more rough. All the patterns and paint are there, however, and but unfortunately, finally, in terms of the pieces put together, you can see his head just looks a bit weird. I don't think it's put together too well. It's like they got all the actual pieces, tried to reassemble the figure, but it didn't quite glue it down just right. And yeah, because of the slight loose leg joints, he can still do quite a lot of poses without falling over. But yeah, definitely feels a lot looser in the hand. So with the oh, he's not going to stand anymore, is he? Yeah, he's screwed. Oh, he's standing at least. Yeah, I mean, look, for a bootleg that's less than half the price of the official figure, if you get half the quality, that's okay, I guess, kinda. like depending on your luck, you can actually get one that looks pretty decent. The joints overall are a bit random, and again, it really depends on your luck. You could have the worst luck and have misprints, fingerprints all over the figure, and joints that are completely loose and unusable, or you can be very lucky, get one without any fingerprints and hardly any ink spill, and you know, joints that are pretty, you know, good as well. The thing about this is the quality control is all over the place. You have no idea if you're going to be lucky or not, and even if you find this in the shop, unless you can open the package, you don't know how well the joints are. Now, of course, I was in the shop, I was able to pick one with better print and better paint, but if you get these online, you don't choose which one you get, and you can end up with one that's completely ugly and completely unusable. Now, for the price it's going for, at least for a bootleg, like a lot of action figure bootlegs, it doesn't just fall apart as soon as you take it out of the box. It doesn't crack, it doesn't snap. The plastic that they use and the joints that they use are definitely cheaper than the official ones, but for the price you're paying for, I'd say it could do to be a little bit more cheaper. If you can get this for around like less than 100 Hong Kong dollars, then I say go for it, just for fun. But anything more than that, you really have to consider. Look, if you're paying, the thing is, if you're paying $150 about, you can actually get official S.H.Figuarts. Obviously not licensed stuff, but you can definitely get S.H.Figuarts. So when a bootleg is costing the same price as an official thing, but the quality is nowhere near it, you're gonna have to consider why you know, if that's worth it. Like, obviously, if the official Iron Man and stuff, they have to pay the license fees for Marvel, etc. And you know, that's where a lot of the actual price goes to. But the point is, this isn't such a terrible figure. You could do a little bit of touch up with the paint and maybe a little bit of super glue to tighten the joints. And after that, it's actually a pretty durable and pretty decent figure. So yeah, definitely trying to get it for cheap. The worst thing about this is how hard it tries to be an official thing, trying to lie people and trick people into getting it, and that's not cool. Like, I don't mind bootlegs too much, but if they're trying to lie and pretend to be the real thing, I really have issues with that. So yeah, so I do recommend messing around with something like this. If you can get it dirt cheap, a little bit more, then it's really not worth it. If you have found this video useful, please click the like button, subscribe button, share it with other people so they don't pick up a bootleg by mistake. And of course, you know, check out my other videos where I review a lot of Lego bootleg, official S.H.Figuarts as well, and Figma figures, and even Reveltech. And even one of the Black series. Now it's terrible. Yes, this figure is at least better than the Black series from Hasbro, and it's actually cheaper than that. So yeah, if you want to support this channel, please watch my videos without any ad block. I would appreciate that a lot, but you don't have to. I can't force you to anyway. And if you want to support this channel even further, you can head over to the Patreon page and give me a support there. That will allow me to do more videos more often if I get more supporters. But most importantly, take care, have a nice day, and don't get cheaped out by bootlegs pretending to be the real thing.